to Cobra Kai Canada. I am your host, Alir, and today my guest is Sean Kanan, Karate's bad boy. Mike Barnes plays on Cobra Kai. Welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy, how are you? It's good to be back with you.
Thanks for being on the show, man. You're the most requested cast member that people wanted on my show. So
wait a minute, I could ask you for way more money.
So my promise, and I delivered. Here's Sean Kanan, everybody. So here we go. I just want to say, Sean, you absolutely killed it in season 5. Brilliant performance. And for all the Mike Barnes fans out there, no matter what part of the world they're from, just want to say welcome to Cobra Kai. Shout out to the big 3 for bringing you back to reprise your role after 32 years.
Right.
And I personally want to say, because I'm a huge Mike Barnes fan, as you know, probably the biggest in Canada, you're a dear friend of mine. And honestly, Sean, I'm so proud of you. I love you like a brother.
Thanks, brother. Thank you so much.
Honest to God, man. Like I held back my tears, man, but I was so happy to I was so happy to see you, man. It's just like it meant a lot to me, man, and obviously all the other Mike Barnes fans out there, man. So welcome to Cobra Kai Canada. I love it, man. So we'll get to Cobra Kai in a second. I want to ask you about your experience at the Cobra Kai premiere and what that was like, because that was like 2 days before the release, right?
Yeah, it was last Wednesday. Wow, it was something else. I mean, it was chaotic in the best possible way because the entire cast was there. I mean, it was so many people, and it was great to see everybody. Unfortunately, there were a lot of people I didn't get a chance to talk to. I didn't get a chance to talk to Billy or John or Hayden. Talked to Josh for a little bit. I saw Ralph from across the red carpet and just kind of smiled at each other and winked at him. It was great. And, that was really the first time that, at least that I had an opportunity to see the first 2 episodes with an audience. And, you go down there and you film it in Atlanta and you did some stuff that you think's really good stuff. But until you see other fans react to it, you don't really know. And, they had an outdoor screen, like an outdoor drive-in with all these great food trucks. And it's really wonderful, very gracious of them to do that. And just watching the audience enjoy it was amazing.
That sounds awesome, because I know you broadcasted a little live stream on Instagram, which it was funny because I was out here in the farm, right? I was watching it, perfect timing. And I was like, what is this guy golfing? Because you were in a golf cart. It was a unique setup. It was so crazy.
I'm big time, man. I go from the limo to the golf cart these days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Until my wife's like, take the trash out,
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, oh, this is crazy, because you guys had an outdoor setting, the whole screen. Yep. I was like, this is cool. But yeah, thanks for sharing that, man. I know fans love seeing that kind of stuff, man. That was really cool of you. So next question is, what was it like reconnecting with Ralph Macchio after all these years? Because there must have been a lot of good memories, nostalgia, sort of feelings working together after 32 years, right? Since 1989.
One of the greatest byproducts of this whole experience was the opportunity to reconnect with Ralph, but to reconnect with him now as I'm a 55-year-old guy. I'm not this 22-year-old brash kid that I was when I first met him doing Karate Kid 3. And that's been really nice. He's a terrific guy. It's so great to see, Billy and Ralph, and we've all, we're 30 years down the pike now, and everyone's evolved both as a person and as an actor, and it's great to be able to kind of reconvene, get another bite at the apple all these years later. There was a moment when Ralph and I were, I don't remember if we were standing around or whatever, but we just sort of looked at each other, and he said, can you believe this? I mean, he's so pleasantly unjaded and so appreciative, as are all of us, for this incredible opportunity. And we're just like, God, 30 some years later, here we are playing these characters again. It's crazy and it's wonderful.
It's time flies, and who would have ever thought, right? Like 30 plus years.
I mean, I never thought that this was a character that I would, dust off the proverbial sleeveless black gi
Oh
And
man.
it's you never know what life has in store for you.
Oh yeah, definitely full of surprises. And like me growing up watching you in the VHS days, that's how old I am. And you, as you know, like you're my favorite character of all time. And it's funny because I kept waiting. When are they going to bring Mike Barnes back? When are they going to bring Mike Barnes back?
You and me
I'll,
both.
yeah, I bet. I'll tell you one thing, Sean, the big three nailed it on season 5. Honestly, if there was a season to bring you back, it was worth the wait as a fan perspective. I think you came in the best season of Cobra Kai, hands
Oh,
down.
absolutely. And I had a Zoom meeting with John Hurwitz and with Josh.
Right.
Hayden couldn't make it. And we were talking. They were so wonderful to want to hear some of my ideas, and I was like, guys, who am I to tell you how to write your show? But
Right.
I just said, listen, if there's anything that I'd love to offer, it's that let's try not to make this guy this one-dimensional thug that he was in the Karate Kid 3, and bring some humor to it. And they just they checked all the boxes for me. It was a wonderful experience. I mean, the reception, both critically and from the fans, for season 5 has just been nuts. I mean, it's like 100% on
Rotten Tomatoes.
Boy, did I luck out, man. I've become very good in my career at grabbing big coattails. And,
I love that. Oh, that's great, man. Oh, like I was saying earlier, man, I am so glad that your character is back, because this opens the door for so many possibilities. Your character alone, just like Terry Silver. Now we got Mike and Chozen, respectfully too. He was hilarious in that. We'll get to that.
That would be wonderful.
Oh yeah, and I know you, like, obviously no cast members could say this, obviously, but in my personal belief and opinion, there has to be a season 6. You just cannot end it with a character like Mike Barnes back and Chozen in the mix.
Come on, Mike's got to sell his Rembrandt, right?
Yeah.
$30 million. I have a theory that Mike is either going to, his love for martial arts is going to be reignited, and maybe he opens up his own dojo, or works with Daniel and Chozen and Johnny and Miyagi, or he cashes in the Rembrandt and opens up a chain of furniture stores called, wait for it, the Furniture Barns.
I love it. That's a good one. You've been brainstorming.
It makes these tacky commercials. Hey, come on down to the commercial.
Oh man, that'd be that'd be awesome. Yeah, in my the way I would love to see it is if somehow, well, because like how Cobra Kai kind of folded right there in the end and everything, and well, the Kreese is out, so we don't know. And I would like to see Daryl Vidal come back with Locust Valley Karate Club.
Oh, that'd be badass.
Our buddy Daryl.
Yeah, we got to get Daryl on.
We got to get Daryl on there.
He's a terrific human being. He really is. He wrote the foreword for my book, Way of the Cobra, and I've trained with Daryl.
Love him.
He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, I remember we've been always keeping in touch, and I remember in the last podcast, I still didn't make the trip, Sean. I'm supposed to come down there to do Filipino stick fighting.
Yeah.
With Daryl, and I know you guys are less than an hour apart, so I was gonna hopefully get together with you guys. And
well, listen, we're waiting for you. You let us know.
I know, man. Geez, man, just everything. The whole my passport expired and everything. All that shenanigans, right? So yeah, but I will. I am making that trip, and I'm documenting that thing, man. So yeah. So I know you wanted to work with William Zabka for a very long time, and Cobra Kai finally gave you that opportunity. Tell me about that.
Well, I met Billy in about 1988. I was doing a television show for Fox called Werewolf, and one of Billy's good friends was the other.
I remember that.
The other guest star, and so he came to the set. So I actually got to meet him way before I did Karate Kid 3, and he came to the set, and I had
no idea. I didn't know that.
Johnny Lawrence. And, I've had the opportunity to hang out with Billy over the years, and he's a terrific guy. And
super nice guy.
He's a wonderful actor too. I mean, he's got unbelievable comedic instincts. And I think we really came up with some good stuff. We really had some good chemistry in that, scene. in
on
yeah.
on the side of the road. Yeah, when you hijack the limousine.
Just kind of, everyone had anticipated Barnes and Lawrence, butting heads, but I don't think anybody anticipated Mike Barnes saving Johnny Lawrence's life. How about that, right?
That was
the guy had a sword. Barnes came out of nowhere.
Yeah. You know what's funny, because like me as a Mike Barnes fan, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did want to see you two go at it. For a personal reason. It's funny because long story short, I did an Instagram poll on my page. I did who would win between Mike Barnes and Johnny Lawrence, and the majority of the fans picked you. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, but I had my entire family calling in for that one. So
it was rigged elections.
Rigged elections.
Yeah. So next question, Sean. I totally love the Barnes and Chozen scenes, because I feel like both characters had a deep understanding for each other, but in a unique way. And I'll give you an example. The fight at the furniture store. At the end, you sold them a blue suede couch.
Right.
And and in the last episode, when you guys were on the side of the road there, you said, "Let's go beat that pony-hair-tailed bastard's ass tonight." And Chozen was on board with it. He was loving everything you're saying.
Was down. He's like, "I got the address." Yeah.
So I like, when and if there's a season 6, I want to see more of you guys together, because and Johnny Lawrence, but I think like you and Chozen was, I don't know if people caught on to that like I did. I think the
thing with you got these 3 guys that are obviously have a lot of testosterone, and yes, Chozen is much more centered in a lot of ways, but he's got a lot of testosterone too. And when you mix these 3 guys together as sort of unlikely friends, I think that there's that dynamic where they can be on the same side and fight for the same cause and be friends, but still there's butting of heads. You know what I mean? And they check each other all the time, kind of like lions. Who's the dominant lion? You know what I mean?
Right. And
I think that makes interesting. And then you got Daniel, who just is kind of like trying to mediate it all, and because he doesn't want everything to go haywire. So I don't know. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, I agree with you, and definitely Barnes and Lawrence would be interesting. I just find it. I thought it was a little more hysterical with Chozen, and like that's just my opinion, right?
I love that we got in a fight and then I still managed to sell him a couch. I mean, Mike Barnes is obviously a gifted salesman.
What was the original price? You were like, it was $1,200, but for you, you were like
$1,200, for you $2,000.
I was on the floor.
I mean, listen, hey, Mike Barnes, for working in a furniture store, he did pretty well against Chozen. I mean, he held his own, right?
Oh yeah, it was. I was like, oh yes, they're gonna go at it. I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. I never thought in a million years, man. But that was, you guys satisfied so many fans.
The big 3 crammed so much into it. Just like I said, they just checked all the boxes,
Yeah.
And, I mean, boy, I'd be hard pressed to ask for more. And it was such a great experience. I had so much fun doing it, especially the scene with Ralph and Billy and Yuji. I mean, it just, it was so much fun to do. It just clicked.
That's awesome, man. I love to hear that. Sean, if there's one complaint I have of Cobra Kai, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on this, is make the show 1 hour long. 30 minutes, like we need an hour. I would, like all the other shows like in the past, like Sopranos, they were like a good hour, Breaking Bad, and et cetera, right? The list goes on. And if one of these days,
the thing about that is it's interesting, because I'm also on The Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's a half-hour show.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of people over the years that have wanted that to be an hour show.
More.
And there is I don't know if psychology is the right thing, but there's a pacing to a show that's a half an hour.
Okay.
And I think when you've got something that's really successful,
leave it.
Be very careful. If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Leave it as is.
Maybe part of what makes it so successful is the pacing.
Maybe you're right.
Spread it out over an hour, it could wind up changing the entire thing, unless they spread it out and then it's all Barnes for the rest of the other half.
That's a good analogy, because I never
saying.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I never even thought of that way. Now I'm definitely going to keep that in mind,
the
man.
first half is just Cobra Kai, And then
Yeah.
the second F is Barnes.
There you go, man. Yeah, we'll do a. Oh, hey, who knows? Maybe there's a Mike Barnes spinoff.
He's
So
building furniture. He's training. Picking out suits.
Yeah, man. That's oh man. Oh, speaking of Chozen, now was this the first time you actually met and worked with Yuji?
I've known Yuji for a long time.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Yuji was in my hometown of Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
2 years ago. He came for a martial arts tournament. Mm-hmm. And for an event that Sensei Fumio Demura, who was the head of my karate organization, what's his karate organization? I'm in it.
Yeah.
Had a big event in my hometown. And for those people that don't know, Sensei Demura was Pat Morita's stunt double.
Yep.
And
I knew that, yeah.
Came to my hometown, which was really cool and surreal to have Yuji in my hometown. It was a lot of fun. He is a wonderful guy.
Seems like it.
We had a lot of time together down in Atlanta where we got to hang out, and
that's awesome.
And, I just want to say one thing. I know everybody knows this, but
sure.
You know how I think Mr. Miyagi, I think Pat Morita was really overlooked for an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good that people assumed that was his natural accent. Yuji doesn't talk like that.
I know he doesn't.
Yuji has really created this character. And I think that, he really deserves a lot of attention for his outstanding acting.
I agree.
I think it's terrific.
I totally agree. It's just like you said, like even Pat Morita, he was doing comedy. He was on Happy Days.
God, he's got like a New York Catskill. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And he did that kind of like Miyagi voice thing. It's just, and Yuji's a great example of it. Yeah. So what a coincidence. See, there's another thing I'm learning too. This is crazy. Yeah. Good stuff, man. But looking back at the Karate Kid films, did you ever think 3 of Daniel's enemies, including yourself, would one day become allies and fight well? In your case, a business partner, Terry Silver. He was a business partner, right?
I mean, I had no idea how they would ever bridge the chasm between Mike Barnes and Chozen. I had no idea how. I mean, at least Mike Barnes was, came to the Valley and everything, and maybe he would have ran into Johnny at something, but Chozen, no idea. And it's so wonderful, and that is what is so brilliant about this show and what the Big Three do. I mean, they weave together this tapestry, and it's done in a way that is organic and makes sense, and isn't kind of like cameo stunt casting.
I agree.
Stuff together and see if it sticks.
I totally agree with you, because like in the end of last episode in season 4, when Terry Silver was like, I'm going to call up a few friends of mine from the past, your name came up. Mike Barnes is going to ally with Terry Silver. Totally unpredictable.
Everyone should have known that was absolutely not what was going to happen. Right?
That's what I loved, because if it was too predictable, what's the point, right? So I
just watched the entire season a couple days before it came out. I got the screener.
Right.
And I didn't see the thing with Kumiko coming at all.
Oh, me neither.
I didn't see it at all. I was like, what?
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, Daniel was just as shocked.
I thought it was so great.
Yeah, that was good, man. The Big Three, man. Hats off to those guys. Jeez, they definitely know what they're doing, man. Now let's finally talk about Mike Barnes' background and what we know so far. Finally, we have some stuff like.
Well, he's a Scorpio. He likes long walks in the beach. Loves animals. Doesn't like children.
You know what? Actually, one of my questions here is you've been working odd jobs. You inherited Agora Fine Furnishings, if I pronounce that right.
Agora, yeah.
Agora. Sorry,
the place in Greater Los Angeles.
Okay, so that's an actual place.
Yeah, Agora Hills.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you inherited that from like your father-in-law. You're married, but you never said you have any kids. So stay tuned for that. And the scene with Daniel on the side of the road, you were telling him how your store was burned to ashes, and you said Michelle, and you stopped.
No. I didn't say Michelle. I said Michelle when I was on the phone in episode 3 when I was talking to the client. I said Michelle.
Yeah.
I said my wife.
Yeah.
So we don't know what happened. I mean, in my head, she left Mike. I mean, I think he spiraled downward over the couple months that we didn't see him and left him. I hope she wasn't working in the furniture store when it was burning up really bad.
Yeah. Funny enough,
I'm going to put a positive spin on it and say no.
Yeah. Funny enough, your wife's name is Michelle.
My wife's name is Michelle. Yeah.
Is there any?
Honestly, I can't remember. I can't remember if they wrote it that way, which I think they did, or if I asked if I could change it to
That's
Michelle.
what I was going to ask you.
I don't remember. There's nothing they do that's not intentional.
Yeah.
They knew my wife Michelle, so they probably did it. And I can't tell you how many people have said, "Oh, your wife Michelle ought to play Mrs. Barnes." I was like, she's not an actress. She's a great producer and writer, but she's not an actress.
Honest to God, Sean, I actually thought Michelle was going to appear on the show. Like your actual wife. I swear to God. Yeah, like I actually thought that. I was sitting there while I was watching. I was like, hey, Michelle. I was like, oh my God. I was like, he's mentioning his actual wife's name. And I was like, she's definitely going to like pop out somewhere from the furniture store or.
But Michelle was my client.
Yeah, right.
So
I get it. Yeah.
Who knows? We don't know. We don't know what became of Mike Barnes' wife. Maybe we'll find out.
That's right. Yeah. So so if people are not confused with that stuff. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So the client. Okay. So now, actually, this is a question from one of my people on Instagram. They asked, if you could have your own dojo on Cobra Kai, what would you name it, Sean? Tough question, man. Or would you just affiliate yourself with like a with like an established, like a locust?
Bad boy Kai.
Bad boy Kai. It's a tough one, man. I wouldn't even know.
Taekwon Barnes.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's a tough question, man. So
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sean, let's talk about your book, Way of the Cobra.
Sure. I got about 2 minutes to talk about it, my friend, because I got my next one of these.
This is the last question. Yeah. Okay. Way of the Cobra, and you have a new book also coming out. Let's go.
Yeah, Way of the Cobra. We're in our third printing. I can't believe it. I want to thank so many of you that have gotten the book and have had a wonderful experience and made some great changes in your life reading it. If you liked Way of the Cobra, get ready, because Way of the Cobra, Welcome to the Kumite, is coming out in October. And if you liked Way of the Cobra, you are going to love this one.
Definitely. I just provided the link on here on the ticker,
www.wayofthecobra.com, or you can get it on Amazon and Kindle.
Yeah, and your new book, Sean, when roughly is that going to?
It's going to come out late October, late next month.
Okay, so it's perfect timing.
It depends on the printing schedule, but it's going to be going off to the printer very shortly. So.
Awesome. Yeah. And Sean, honestly, man, I know you're a busy guy, and I honestly want to thank you so much for coming on here.
My pleasure, brother. I love talking to you. I really do. And we love all the fans in Canada. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And I look forward to coming back again.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome. And Sean, thank you for coming back to Cobra Kai. Thank you for doing this interview. Like I said, man, I love you like a brother, man. And I can't wait to see, hopefully more of Mike Barnes if there is. If not, either way, I'm happy. You satisfied me, man.
Thank you. All right, brother. Take care of yourself.
All right, Sean. Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, man.